I just pulled the tires and brakes off of the Falcon. I'm pulling out this tiny rear end. Went shopping yesterday. I got a 9-inch that should fit, 59.25 inch. I don't know if it's going to be an exact drop in, but I'm hoping that it's a lot closer. I also got an old truck one as well. Both 9 inches. I got an open center section that I'll run for now. But in order to figure this out, based on my measurements, everything's right. I think even down to the spring perches. So we're going to take that Fairlane rear end and swap it all into this. I believe it's out of a Fairlane, but it's 59.25 end to end, axle to axle, and I think I'm within like a 1/4 inch on the leaf spring perches, so 1/4 inch on both sides, so an 1/8 inch each. I'll update you as we get farther along. All right, got the brakes out, managed to get the e-brake cables out without having to cut them somehow. Probably gonna have to replace a couple parts on the brake rebuild, but brakes were all working on this when I got it, so the lines actually look like they've been replaced and new. The brake lines on top of the diff came out pretty easy too, so everything's off. Now I'm just gonna yank this out and try and slip that new 9-inch in. Underneath the car for a while. The U-joints, I got 2 on the outside to come out with, but they fought me the entire way. Then on the inside, one on the passenger side, one of them snapped, so that was a relief actually. And then I moved on to the other side and I just cut those ones out because I didn't need them anymore, nor was it worth the amount of time that it was taking to get these bolts out. Here's the tiny little rear end that was in there. Got that one out and ready to go. Brake lines came out super easy, which was nice. Here's the 9-inch that's going to be going in. So now I'm just going to try and get this in there and placed. And I'm working by myself today, so I'm not going to make you guys watch the struggle. But I will come back once I get it up there and we can see what we're working with and if this rear end's actually going to work. Got home. I was working up at the shop for a little while today. I had to run out to town about 35-40 minutes away, help my parents get the riding lawnmower going that I've been putting off forever. Got the 9-inch put back in with the center section. Trying to show you guys that. But it's got a 389 gear set. It's an open diff, but it'll work for now. Just putting the U-bolts and shackles and everything else back in here now. I got this side back seated. I had to notch the perches a little bit. I don't know if that's right or if it's going to hold up. I don't really care at this juncture. I just want to get this thing rolling down the road. If it's something I need to readdress, I'll re-weld in some new perches here. But as of right now, the rear end that I got is the exact fit that I needed. But third member's back in, new gasket, little silicone. I didn't get any of that on video, but it's re-sealed up. All I gotta do is add fluids whenever I get around to putting the axles back in. Also trying to figure out what I'm gonna do on the, so I got the other side in, don't have this side in. The only other thing I gotta figure out is what I'm going to do for the brakes. Once the U-bolts are in, I'll torque all these down and try figuring out what I'm gonna do with wheels and tires. This car came with slotted mags that I actually really liked. I don't have those anymore because going to a 9-inch, I'm now 5 lug instead of 4. Here's the mags that came on the car right there. They're old vintage tires, are probably not the best, but they had a ton of tread left. So I was just gonna ship it down the road like that for a while. Worst case, I got a set of these extra ones that we got from the van, some like centerline style ones. I know the hub is way bigger on this. And then the other option that I have right now is these gnarly Goodyear GT50s with a set of Kragers that I picked up at one of the Walnuts motorcycle swap meets from a buddy. They're huge. They're gonna look cool on here. I just have no idea where these wheels land in terms of backspace and offset or anything like that. So. All right. Not grabbed any of my actual tools for this, so it's gonna be Crude. Come along for the ride. I got a jack handle and some bolts. Just get the U-bolts in first, and then we'll straighten it and space it from there. gonna be pretty. Again, got a little leeway. Everything's a hammer. Screwdriver, ratchet, back of an impact, who cares? I'm not a purist. Except when you do it the wrong way, like I just did. And spread the U-bolt out farther than it's supposed to be. Say I missed the hole, but I feel like that would have opened myself up for a million inappropriate comments. Alright, that'll be fun to fix. Just using the old foot and gravity here. Like I said, if you're looking for a channel that shows you how to do things the right way, you're probably going to want to look elsewhere. I won't be offended. Click on, click next. A million people that can show you how to do things the right way. Alright, just trying to bend this U-bolt back from what I just broke. I'll be right back. Alright, so all I did was just run over there, crush this down in a vise. It's a little inward now, just fine. It's easier to do that than try and pull it apart. Too far. Like I said, if you want a channel that shows you how to do things the right way, go there. Working right, completely different things, but to me, that's fine. Just trying to sign this up a little bit on the axle here. And that looks good to me. I do have the actual leaf perches here. Popped extra. I'm a cheap bastard. But paid extra for a rear end that I knew was exactly the same length as the factory one, which is cool, except for the fact I'm putting giant tires on here. I don't know what's going to happen next. So I'm just going to snug these down. I know that the inside of the axle's lined up really well before. The leaf spring pad lines up on the leaf. I got it centered in the slot over here. Pretty centered right there. Get the leaves out of the way. So that's there. Alright, just finished up a final torque on the driver's side. Same thing here. Oh, it's hot as hot. It's hot. Before I say anything stupid, it's warm today. The sun just went down behind the trees, so it's not as bad, but very warm, very sweaty. Super nice when you bang on the U-bolts and jack up all the last couple threads. Makes it super simple and nice and easy to put your bolts back on after. Not recommended. Again, might have to grab a chase for this one. We'll see. Come back to that. Skip the hard parts in life and just go to the easy ones. Cross thread's a tight thread, people. Just kidding. It's really not that bad, but it sounded worse. What did I just say earlier? Everything's a hammer? Give me my socket back. See if I can get this going without chasing it. Not optimistic. This is the one I was hitting with the jack handle. This is either going to work or get really bad really fast. It worked. All right. Take it. Little victories. Just trying to align the dowel pin a little bit closer to center. I know the other one's pretty close there. Where's my beating stick? Let's see what this looks like. If this was in a lift, it'd be, or on a lift, it'd be way faster. But we're in the driveway. You know, right off the bat, some people are going to say, those don't look like grade 8 U-bolts. They're not. They're whatever I could find for right now. Again, this thing will go under many versions of surgeries and get a lot of things fixed and corrected as we progress. But right now, it's just a matter of get it in, get it running, get it driving down the road. The last couple times I had to do this, I was able to get U-bolts at any of the auto parts stores. They don't have those anymore. Well, they do, just not the right size. If I wanted them, I'd have to wait 3 days. So I went to a trailer store right down the road. They had them. All right. And there you have it. 9-inch rear end install. Throw the brake plates on this and try and mock up some wheels. Got to watch me bash a bunch of things, hopefully. I didn't realize that was on. So I got the axles in. Gently, I promise. But I'm just going to tighten down these brake plates. I'm not going to torque them down because it's all most likely coming back out at some point soon. Just enough to hold them so I know where all the hardware is later. One thread out of 2. We're actually putting this on. The reason there's a hole in this is basically an access hole to give you room to get a drill on here, which I might actually go grab here shortly. This impact's not ratchet, rather electric ratchet, not crazy strong. None of this is actually torqued, but it's enough to hold and grab. So we got that. I'm gonna do the other side real quick. Bring you guys along. That's fine. Enough. Said just enough to hold everything in place. Everything's engaged. If I spin the axle, you can see it up front. I don't remember when the camera turned back on. I thought I had it off, but it was on. Hopefully you saw me bashing this with a piece of 2x4 that was lying right next to me. Closest thing I had. That's what they do on the TV, I think. One way or another, this thing will have tires on it tonight. No matter which ones are going to work or not work. There we go. Brakes are roughly on. And, I'm going to throw some tires on and try some mock-ups here real quick, and bring you guys back when I'm done. I was playing around with some different wheel and tire ideas. 9 inches in. There. Got everything tightened down, and on the purchase, the only thing, I tried centering it as best I could by myself. I definitely need to shift this rear end over about 1/2 inch to 1 inch to the driver's side. So if you look right down the body line, come around the back here. If you look down this way from the fender, got about 1 inch, 1.5 inch-ish. Come around to the other side. And I'm pretty much flush with the edge of the fender, so I just gotta shimmy that over a little bit. Now I'm gonna be the asshole, because I had these wheels and tires gifted to me through a buddy of a buddy type thing. I did some powder coating work for them, and this was part of the trade. But Goodyear NT50 or GT50s, super wides, 10-inch wheels in the back. It's everything I want stance-wise. The only issue that I'm running into now, I sold these tires for 50 bucks. Not a lot, definitely worth more than that to me. About 1.5 months ago, and the guy said he couldn't make it out until the end of this month, beginning of July. So I think I might have to message him and let him know they're no longer available and refund the money, or do I be a nice guy and let him take the deal I gave him and get stuck having to pay a ton of money for tires that I need to figure out what I want to run? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, whatever. Got more Falcon stuff coming your way. I was hoping to get around to taking the head gasket out of the shovel head today, but that's just not going to happen. Too busy playing car guy up front here. But here she is. Slotted fronts for now, four lug. I got a lead on some Granada spindles that I might do for disc brake conversion, but I haven't decided yet. Just chugging along, one day at a time. I'll catch you guys later.